this was coming. You knew ever since I reviewed Final Fantasy 13-2 that this day was gonna come. There was no avoiding it. So, let's just finally do this. Let's just lay this series to rest as I review Lightning Returns, or basically Final Fantasy 13-3. Or will I? Yeah, so instead, I'm gonna review the DmC reboot. At least one scene because I'm freaking lazy and just wanted to get out an April Fool's video. Not to mention, I don't really think I've insulted the reboot enough on this show.
Yeah, I'm still not ready for a full review since there's a ton of stuff to cover from the old series, and other video ideas I have. More Sandra and Kagura is coming, I swear, but since I don't want to die after jerking your chain, how about we go over the very scene that made most Devil May Cry fans go and shout,
"Betrayal!" What? Betrayal! Betrayed me!
Although I should know that when the reboot came out, Spoony was telling off fans of Devil May Cry who were angry about the reboot on Twitter. I can't retrieve those since, well, he blocked me. And this was all done before everyone proceeded to threaten Ninja Theory and the director Tamim, who had the balls to say that his Dante was better. He was talking up such a big game, hyping up the story. He was putting himself and the game onto a high pedestal, and quite frankly, being insulting to other games by saying how his story was above theirs. How his game was doing what others weren't. The reality is that while the reboot does indeed have fans, after all the game sold over 1 million I think, the game failed to meet projected sales and had quite possibly one of the worst stories ever conceived by a writer, and yet still not as bad as Dante's Inferno. Oh, there are many problems I can highlight. Such problems include the treatment of women when compared to the badasses in the other games, ignoring pretty much every theme from prior Devil May Cry games, ripping off They Live with no substance to the story, questionable character actions, and there's a ton of stuff I can go into.
And without any more delays, let's just get started on this heinous scene.
The scene starts off simple enough, with Dante walking in on the Succubus. Though already we gotta ask the question, why is this thing called a Succubus when it looks like the Slurm Queen from Futurama, only uglier? Now, I stupidly made the mistake of comparing this to Morgan Onslin, another Capcom character and a Succubus. See, this was just another interpretation of the creature, so them being ugly does make sense, like if they use charm to lure their prey to have sex and steal energy, you know, through illusions or something like that. And that's completely fair enough, and understandable. Except this Succubus doesn't do this. All it's doing is just pumping out something from its body that is making the ingredient for the energy drink that is apparently brainwashing people. You know, I'd even accept that the basic material, not the drink itself mind you, the basic material could be used to lure in others like a spell, but it doesn't even do that. Dante admits that it stinks before he meets the boss. Then there's the first sign of cursing. Not just from Dante, but this.
Who the fuck are you?
So quick question, did anyone else hear that in the voice of Daggett from the Angry Beavers? God, I wish I was watching that instead of this. God damn it, this game made me want to watch Beavers. I'm sure someone's gonna find something dirty about that. At any rate, the jokes kind of fall flat as we have the Succubus trying to be intimidating, but it's just disgusting. Generating fear or seriousness, it fails. Then we have Dante's poor attempt at jokes that make him sound even more like a kid. But okay, that's not the worst part of this exchange, I'll admit that. That's the thing though. It continuously gets worse by not being funny, not being at all informative, and generally being a waste of time. Though honestly, I can't just blame the script for this. Dante's voice actor is freaking horrible. Then again, given some behind the scenes stuff I've seen, well, the director wasn't exactly great either. And then we have, quite frankly, the dumbest exchange out of all this. Yeah, the whole FU thing is not the worst. It's simply the comeback that the Succubus has by stating her age.
You want to kill me? You can't kill me. I'm 1,200 years old.
You don't look a day over 12,000.
Does anyone know how to do comeback lines? Or even hype themselves up? I admit, I suck at doing this due to confidence issues, but I'm pretty sure these two beings don't have that issue. This was honestly some of the laziest trash-talking writing I have ever seen in my entire life, and how anyone thought Tamim was a good director is mind-boggling. You know, for as much as I hated Heavenly Sword, Bohan was at least the most entertaining thing about it, and could make me smile with his over-the-top acting. As for the FU scene, yeah, this is where it all collapses for fans. You know, I heard a ton of excuses, like this was an homage to the scene in The Thing when MacReady kills the monster. or how they're pretty much dumbed down to children because of all the arguing and running out things to say. So how about we discuss why those excuses are freaking moronic, shall we? First of all, MacCready was on the run and trying to kill the damn monster in a very tense situation where you need to get the dynamite to blow it up. When the creature grew and roared at MacCready, he gathered the courage to curse it off as he blew it up. And that was awesome, because he spent the entire film running and trying to kill it while it could kill it so easily. There was tension, there was horror, there was action. There was nothing tense or even actiony about this little exchange between Dante and the Succubus. As for the immature thing, no, this is really just bad dialogue and bad comebacks. They didn't even seem that frustrated with each other. So how about we look at a good example that did this right? Vegeta and Bulma in DBZ Abridged by Team 4-Star. The two did a similar exchange, but began with Bulma berating an injured Vegeta as he trained, the two hurling insults that carried a lot of emotion until they inevitably gave up and swore each other off.
Please, the Prince of all Saiyans does not collide!
Oh, look at that! The Prince of all 2 Saiyans on the ground!
3.5 shut up!
Oh no, the Prince is getting all huffy. What are you gonna do, try to blow up Earth again? Because I have Goku on speed dial.
You must be as stupid as he is if you think he knows how to work a phone!
Don't you call me stupid!
Okay, then how about bitch?
Arrogant dick!
Spoiled sow!
F you!
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 My room, 10 minutes.
The joke did what DmC otherwise could not. Make it funny! So for this Succubus scene, we don't have humor, we don't have tense action, we don't have cool lines, and instead get dialogue so basic they make my old fanfiction writing days look Shakespearean. And that's ultimately no doubt due to the differences between the cultural views of Tamim and the other directors of Devil May Cry. Tamim thinks making the characters as dark as humanly possible was a good thing, in a situation as dark as Man of Steel, yet he forced in the humor just to try and get old fans to come back to him, and he made the situation much worse. In the words of Adam Sessler, I would have preferred an emo Dante. At least he would shut up. And the sad part is that this scene is just a microcosm of what Tamim and Capcom managed to mess up with the new Devil May Cry series. The damage done to Dante here is nothing compared to Virgil, but we'll get back to him one day. For now, I hope this video helps you understand just a tiny bit as to why I hate the rebooted timeline, and pray to God Kamiya ends up buying the franchise from Capcom, or however the situation is like regarding licensing and franchises. Business is not exactly my forte, and I just assume a magical pixie's in charge of everything.
I'm the Smartest Moron, and I hope you had a lot of fun with this video. Cause me, I'm just dreading when I have to review the rest of this crap.
I kid, of course. I had a ton of laughs reading the interviews with Tamim at least. Boy, do I have a lot of ammunition for the future review of this crap. But if you want to forget about this mess like I would, you can check out the full review of Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus, a game filled with sexual fan service, and yet has more likable characters and a good story compared to this reboot. Or you can check out the last quick review on Soul Calibur 5. Insert your own reboot insult or joke here, I'm just getting lazy now. As always, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed and want more. Until the next review, take care of yourself and have a lot of laughs this day. Even if you watch this post-April Fools. Later!
Lilith, Mundus, Virgil, Dante, and Cat. Almost Shakespearean in the themes of vengeance, power, good, and evil.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.